After jumping back into cycling last year, Pirelli has 3 big pieces of news for this year. And here to walk us through the latest and greatest, Samuel, tell us about the Cinturato tubeless tire here.
Well, hi everybody. First of all, we are going to talk about 3 main topics. As you said, the first and most important one that we developed since the last year is this new Cinturato tires, which is a new model we were missing since the previous launch, where we focus all our effort on the P0 family, which for us, regardless also cycling, is the P0 is the name, is a flagship name for Pirelli. With the Cinturato tires, following again the structure of the car tires range, we are talking more about resistance and protection. So this tire has been built over puncture protection as a first, let's say, priority for R&D. While of course we keep our racing DNA, which is part of the brand, so this tire is really performing really well, even if it's a reinforced tire. Not only is the first reinforced tire from Pirelli, but it's also a tubeless ready tires, which has been developed to be also easily usable and mountable with a tube. And also the development of the sections, we go up to 32 and 35 millimeters, clearly shows that the tire is also ready for some gravel application, which the casing is already there to stand for and against it, and also the compound is as a features already an anti-tacking features, we call it, coming from the motorbike, where the compound is made not to keep and stick to the little stones that are taken from the road, so you get even less puncture because you can ride on gravel or on small flints you find during the winter without them staying attached to the compound, while the grip and rolling still are at the level they have to be, of course.
So Cinturato again is Italian for belt, meaning a puncture protection belt, but it's still a lightweight performance tire.
We like to say that it's a reinforced one, even though the weight, especially for run as a tubeless, is still a very competitive one. We are talking about 290 grams for the 26 in tubeless.
Michelton-Scott is now on Pirelli. Tell us about how that partnership came about and what that means for the company.
It's a good question and good timing. We just released to the public a relationship, which is much more than a sponsorship. As we do with all the other sports, for us sponsoring means to have a clear program of product development. We do that with all the motorsports, 2 or 4 wheels, and so it was really natural to do that with cycling as well.
Do you have model names yet for the tubulars that Michelton-Scott are racing?
It's going to be a P0, of course, just in the tubular version, because again, P0 is the racing product for us, so we are not going to change that. And it's going to be available in 25 and 28 millimeter, that is already given.
Now, there are only a few people in the world who are on Michelton-Scott racing the Tour de France, but any of us can ride e-bikes. So tell us about your new Cycl-E line of tires.
Yeah, the last addition to this model year is that we are back into the urban, especially with focus on the e-bikes. And in that segment we took advantage again on the fact that we have no history, so we started from the most demanding bike which is being used and sold in the market right now, which is the e-bike. That means also that the name of the range, which is Cycl-E, is there to highlight the fact that we develop technically the tires starting from the e-bikes. That means having a torque on the rear wheel, having a certain weight, a certain speed which the end consumer is going to ride it in an urban environment. This doesn't mean, of course, that the tire is not usable on normal bikes. It is, and we hope that everybody will use it. But from an engineering standpoint, we are starting from an environment which is the one of the e-bikes, which is more demanding. And we have been able to do that also taking advantage, as I said, of the fact that we have no history in that. So we started from the blank piece of paper, and we have been able to design the things as they should for the e-bikes.
So everything from the heaviest e-bikes to the lightest Tour de France bikes, Pirelli tires. Thank you, Samuel.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's true, we are very busy and there is still much more to come. You can imagine which segments we are missing, and we are working heavily to get them done.